Wouldn't it be really cool if you could take all of your standard open chords that you've put so much time into and multiply them by 3 with a minimal amount of effort? Well, in this video I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. My name is Aaron Carrington and I've been teaching guitar about 17 years. I studied music in London and I now run my own one-to-one guitar teaching business right here in Bath in the UK, Carrington Guitar Academy. So what about this technique? I've actually called it the +5+2 method purely because that explains kind of what it does. You can call it whatever you want though, to be honest. So let's start with our standard C major open chord. All you're going to do is you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets. And you're going to get a variation of an F chord. Don't worry too much about the name. This is just about having a bit of creative fun. And then go up another 2 frets from there. You've got a variation on a G chord, right? Okay, what happens if we try to do that with an A chord? We move it up by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get a variation on a D chord, and then we move it up by another 2, a variation of an E chord. Okay, so it works with a C chord, it works with an A chord. What about a G? Let's move that up by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a bit of a problem there. Can you hear that dissonance? So what I'd recommend for the G chord is, rather than doing the standard G chord shape, I would do the one where you're covering the 3rd fret of the B and the high E string at the same time with the 3rd and the pinky like this. And then when you move that G chord up 5 and then up another 2, it's going to sound a little bit more pleasant, okay? So before I show you the rest of the chords, what's going on here? Well, this basically is just kind of like a freak occurrence of the way the guitar is tuned, if you like. So you've got the fretted notes, which are kind of working with, but also slightly clashing against the open string notes. And it just creates a really nice sound, and it's just a really nice thing for guitarists who've learned all those open chords to be able to do. So we've done C, we've done A, we've done G. Let's try it with an E chord, and this is my personal favourite because I really just like the sound of this. And I think, you know, if you were to go away and try and write a song using this, it would sound really cool. So here's your E chord, standard E major open chord. You move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets. And then you move up another 2, 1, 2. How lovely is that? Okay, it just sounds lovely. And then we can do it with our D chord as well. Okay, so exactly the same thing. Play a D, +5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus another 2. Wrote a song using this years ago. I did have a capo on the 2nd fret, I think. It's called Imaginary Love. You might be able to find it on SoundCloud under Aaron Carrington. I mean, we're talking like 10 years ago. That's just come to me. And I'm sure there's a Led Zeppelin song that uses it. Anyway, so that spells the word caged. Now, before anybody asks this, no, this is not the caged system, okay? The cage system is very different to this, and maybe I'll do a separate video on the cage system. It's a little bit more advanced and requires kind of more complex closed chord shapes, but this is not the cage system. This is just having a bit of fun. So we've done it with those 5 major chords, C, A, G, E, D. Easy to remember because you know it spells the word caged, not the cage system. Let's try it with an E minor chord. Now this one, not terribly exciting really. Maybe if you pick some individual notes, you know. We can do it with an A minor chord. And this one sounds pretty cool. is like a D minor 9 with an A in the bass. Okay, really kind of metal. If you think of a metal song, Metallica maybe. Okay, really nice. And we can do this with a D minor chord as well. And we move it up by 5, move it up by another 2, and by now I'm sure you've all got the idea. And then move it back down again and back to where we started. So I think that's really, really cool. And again, it's just to do with the way the guitar's laid out. And it just sounds great, I think. I wanted to share it again on this channel, because this is not the first time I've talked about this. So another cool thing we can do, if we take that standard E major open chord, now this works in a slightly different format as well. We can get kind of a stereotypical Spanish sound out of it if we do +1 +2 like this. Up 1 fret, up 2 frets, up, back down 2 frets, and then back to the first one. You know, to kind of hit the point home. You'll have to excuse my lazy strumming hand there. It's been a while since I've done that technique, but you kind of get the point with that Spanishy kind of strumming, all right? And you couple that with a scale. Okay, yeah, you kind of get the idea. So there it is. That is what I call the +5 +2 method. And I think the first thing you should do is learn it and have some fun with it. Try strumming it out, you know, so back to the E chord. Try picking the notes out. Let's try that with the D shape. Something like that, okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found some value in this content. If you have seen this before, then brilliant. Thanks for watching it again. And if this information is new to you, then welcome to the channel. And yeah, see you again in the next video.